Good evening and welcome to the Top Shelf News, where we show the freshest of news on the Mirelands broadcast throughout the Great Library. I'm the camera aperture, bringing the news to you behind my anime Rambot avatar. Thank you for joining us tonight. After 2 months of preparation, Project Mirelands has finally begun its first phase, where a small number of Outworlder factions are invited to the library via their provided portals. The Master Guardians of the library, along with the High Scribe Valerius, has claimed that 7 nations and 2 NGOs have been chosen for this phase, and only the eastern portion of the index line is permitted to be settled. So far, 4 out of the 5 permitted continents have been settled down on. The Pohang City-State, Neo Alternian Resurgency, and the Rudhira-Saxum have colonized Severus. WPN Health Solutions have settled down on Lincoln alone, while Entrance Confederacy is the sole nation on Merculon. Finally, down in the south of Rodendil are the Historian Empire, Kordic Autonomous Empire, and the New Horizons Monarchy. Obscurus is the only continent to not be colonized by the Outworlders, but it is unknown if that will change in the future. All factions, upon receiving their starting funds from the librarians, began to invest in settlements and territorial expansions, with the latter being reinforced by the small military forces the Outworlders brought with them through their portals. In our next news, not long after the factions began to expand, however, the Neo Alternian Resurgency declared war on Rudhira-Saxum due to territorial disputes. The 2 nations have been making competing claims on disputed territory at the north, where the presence of an aluminum vein was foretold. All peaceful negotiations have failed, and the Alternian government formally declared that a state of war has existed between them and the Rudhira-Saxum in a public announcement. Malak Roden stated in a speech that the claimed resources are vital for the continued survival and resurgence of the Hemospectromorph race. No other justification is necessary, but also calling his opponent an insignificant speed bump number 47. The Resurgencies demand that the Rudhira-Saxum remove themselves from the aluminum, uranium, and nimbium veins, formally apologize for the impudence, and be fully annexed should the capital be captured. The terms include an additional condition which demands that Rudhira-Saxum is to relocate their territories to the other side of Severus, with no civilian assets taken by the NAR. This term will apply if Rudhira-Saxum capitulates before the capital is taken. On the other side of the war, Rudhira-Saxum responded to the declaration with a denunciation by Empress Amadip a few days ago, claiming that the Ven within the contested territories have been removed from their new homes and their welcomes returned with aggression. Emperor Isai has additionally recognized the war declaration and ordered the nation colony to mobilize. However, the Rudhira-Saxum is also willing to negotiate for peace, although their terms are vastly different from the Alternians. The Rudhira-Saxum demands a formal apology of the Neo Alternian Resurgency to the Ven for the casualties, the maintenance of borders as it was before the war, and to stop coveting the atom. Experts within the library speculate that the third condition may be connected to the Alternians' desire to introduce nuclear weapons into their arsenal. High Scribe Ilarius has warned the Outworlders that though their use is permitted, abusing it will result in serious repercussions. As of the beginning of the first turn, both sides mobilized their invasion forces to send to each other. The Rudhira-Saxum forces have divided, which Liberia war analysts believe is a strategy to encircle respite and force its surrender. Meanwhile, the Neo Alternian Resurgency consolidated all of its attacking forces into one to move into Haven, although the path of the attack may intersect with the one of a Rudhirian air wing. A fierce battle is expected to ensure later in this turn. For our last news, we now go south to Rodendil, where yet another war has erupted. This time it's between the Kordic Autonomous Empire and the New Horizons Monarchy. On the day before the first turn, the Kordic Autonomous Empire made an unscheduled announcement at midnight. The Kordic Emperor announced that the Empire has formally declared war on the New Horizons Monarchy. The Kordic Empire claimed that their leader was displeased by the New Horizons' presence in the library. Following the declaration, the KAE has demanded to the New Horizons that they become a vassal state of the KAE and pay tribute each turn, and cede all territory beyond its capital and immediate surrounding area, as well as the resource veins at Rodendil, and expand elsewhere. The declaration announcement concluded with a spokesman threatening the other nations to not intervene before walking out of the podium. After the interview, Commander Hellcat IV of the KAE replied to our reporter's question by saying that it is our island, we were here first and they settled on it. Also, I just like violence. We have yet to receive a response from the New Horizons Command and the Historian Empire on KAE's aggressive attitude, which also has settled on Rodendil. High Librarian Guardian Kerbavas earlier this morning expressed that he was baffled at such an aggressive stance, and that he is disappointed to see that many of his students would find the KAE's behavior fun and entertaining. As at the turn of the turn, Kordic forces have already mobilized towards the New Horizons capital of New Astra in a two-pronged attack. Insiders report that the city is currently under siege and a large clash between the two sides may happen before the second turn begins. We'll be following both stories closely as the two wars progress. Updates on the situation will be continued in the Top Shelf News' official live snap or other social media platforms. And that is all for tonight. For everyone at the news deck, my name is the Camera Aperture. Have a safe night.